Welcome back to West Virginia tonight. A former West Virginia coal miner announces he's running for U.S. Senate in 2018. Despite big names being thrown into the mix, Bo Copley, seen here in a black T-shirt, is the first Republican to announce he's running for the seat currently held by Democratic Senator Joe Manchin. Copley made national headlines last year when he and presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton talked about coal country. We spoke with Copley in a one-on-one interview about his decision to run. Bo, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So you made national headlines last year when you were talking to presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton about the statements that she made about coal mining and coal miners here in West Virginia. So you've announced that you're going to run for U.S. Senate in 2018. Is that as a Republican?
Yes.
Why?
Well, that's what I'm registered as. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, with everything that's happened over the last year, getting to meet Secretary Clinton and Senator Manchin being there as well and showing his unwavering support for her, just didn't sit very well with me that, you have Donald Trump who wins our state by as much as he did, and then the person who we've elected to represent us is with the other side of that. And so we've thought about it for quite some time on and off whether or not we would run for office, and after a lot of prayer and consideration, we decided, why not throw our hat in the ring and give it a go.
So you want to unseat Senator Joe Manchin?
Would like to, yes. And
the big reason behind that is because of?
Well, I just don't think he represents what our people do very much anymore. I think a lot of people, especially here in this state, view our politicians as people who go to Washington, D.C. and then they become party affiliated and worry more about what their party lines go along with instead of what their state wants. As for
your position in running for public office, there have been a lot of big names that have been put into the mix on the Republican ticket. GOP Congressman Evan Jenkins and GOP Attorney General Patrick Morrisey. So what makes you a better candidate than those two if they choose to run for Senate in 2018?
Well, I think one of the big problems people in the state see with Senator Manchin is that he's been at this for a while as a politician, and he's out for himself as far as maybe his aspirations further down the line. I think what separates me from the other candidates is if I were to make it through the primary, I'm the exact opposite of Joe Manchin, where these other guys are career politicians, people who've spent a lifetime doing what they're doing, and I don't think our state's any better off for what a lot of them have done. And so I think being someone who has faced the same problems that they've faced, in the last year and a half, how many of these politicians can say that they've been in the unemployment line? How many of them can say they've been looking for work? How many of them can say, I wonder how I'm going to feed my children? I don't think any of them can do that, and I think that I maybe can relate to what a lot of the people in our state feel.
So you're thinking that there's just been this as you mentioned before, a disconnect between Washington and rural America, despite being so close to Washington.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that's one of the reasons why you see Donald Trump as the president today. People are tired of the status quo.